Welcome to my channel. Have you ever asked yourself, why can some people learn fast, remember everything, and stay confident? The secret is not magic. The secret is training your brain every single day. Just like you train your body with exercise, you can also train your brain with simple habits. And today, I will tell you a story about how you can make your brain stronger, smarter, and sharper, step by step. Stay with me until the end, because each part will give you something new that you can use in your daily life. Chapter 1. Why the brain needs training. Your brain is like a muscle, and just like your body, if you don't use it, it becomes weak. Many people think the brain is something fixed, like a machine that cannot change, but that is not true. The brain changes every day, and it grows stronger when you use it. Imagine a student who studies only one night before the exam. He reads for hours, tries to memorize everything, and then forgets almost all of it after the exam is finished. His brain is tired, his memory is short, and his effort feels wasted. Now, imagine another student who spends just 10 minutes every day reading one page, learning one word, or practicing one sentence. At first, you might think 10 minutes is nothing, but in 1 month, that student has already learned 30 new words, read 30 pages, and spoken 30 sentences. His brain is not stressed. It is growing step by step, getting stronger and sharper. This is the real secret of learning. The brain does not need one big effort. It needs small daily training. Think about your body. If you want to be strong, you don't go to the gym one day and lift heavy weights for 10 hours. You go every day, maybe for just half an hour, and slowly your body changes. The same rule is true for the brain. It loves routine, it loves small steps, and it loves practice every day. Some people ask, but how can my brain really grow? The answer is in the way the brain makes connections. Every time you practice something, the brain builds a little bridge between your memory and your action. The more times you practice, the stronger the bridge becomes. And here is the surprise. When the bridge is strong, you don't have to think hard anymore. The word comes naturally. The idea comes quickly. The solution appears faster. This is why some people look smart and confident. It is not because they were born with a bigger brain. It is because they trained their brain little by little every single day. So the real question is, if you gave your brain just 10 minutes every day, what could happen to you after 3 months, or 6 months, or 1 year? The answer is exciting, and we will discover it together in the next chapters. Chapter 2. Small Daily Habits. When people hear about training the brain, they often imagine something very difficult, like solving hard math problems or reading big books. But the truth is, training the brain can be very simple, and small habits are the most powerful. Let me tell you a secret. Small steps every day create big change over time. Imagine you decide to read only one page of a book every night before sleeping. At first, it feels too easy. 1 page is nothing, but after 1 month, you have finished 30 pages. After 6 months, you have finished a whole book. The habit was small, but the result was big. Now think about learning one new word in English every day. One word is so easy, anyone can do it. But in a year, you know 365 words. That is a huge difference, because those words become part of your memory, part of your speaking, part of your brain. The power of small habits is not in the size of the step, but in the fact that you repeat them daily. Let me give you another example. A boy wanted to become good at remembering things. His teacher told him, "Don't try to memorize a whole page in 1 day. Just try to remember 3 new things daily." The boy listened and started small. He remembered 3 fruits today, 3 new words tomorrow, 3 short sentences the next day. At first, he felt nothing had changed. But after some weeks, people noticed that his memory was sharp. He could answer quickly, recall details, and even surprise his teacher. The brain loves this type of training because it doesn't feel heavy. The brain learns best when it feels light, fun, and possible. That's why small habits work like magic. If you want to train your brain, don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for a big plan. Just start with something small today. Write one line in your notebook. Say one English sentence in front of the mirror. Read one page, or try to remember your shopping list without looking. These small habits are like drops of water, and every drop slowly fills the jar. After some time, the jar is full, and you realize your brain is stronger than before. This is the secret that many successful learners use. They don't try to do everything in one day. They train their brain every day with small habits, and that is why they improve faster. In the next chapter, we will look at how these small daily habits can make your memory powerful and how you can remember things more easily. Chapter 3. The Brain and Memory. Your brain is like a library, and memory is the way you store and find books inside that library. Many learners think they have a bad memory, but most of the time, the problem is not memory itself. The problem is the way we train it. The truth is that the brain remembers better with 3 simple things: repetition, connection, and practice. Let me give you an example. A girl was always forgetting the names of people she met. She would hear a name once, and after 2 minutes, she could not remember it. Then one day, she decided to try a simple trick. When she met someone named David, she repeated the name once. "Nice to meet you, David." Then she connected the name with something in her mind. She thought of her cousin David. That little connection made her memory stronger. Next time she met him, she remembered his name easily. This shows that your brain works like a web. When you connect new words or ideas to something you already know, the memory becomes stronger. Another way is repetition. If you hear a new word only once, you may forget it. But if you hear it today, again tomorrow, and again next week, the word becomes part of your long-term memory. It's like walking on grass. If you walk once, the grass stays the same. But if you walk every day on the same path, the grass goes down and the path becomes clear. That is how repetition makes a strong memory path in your brain. And the third thing is practice. If you want to remember, you must use the information in real life. A boy wanted to remember new English words, so instead of only writing them down, he used them in sentences. If he learned the word happy, he said, "I am happy today." If he learned the word food, he said, "I like good food." By using the words, his brain stored them much better. And here is the surprising part. Your brain has the power to remember more than 1 million faces and thousands of words. It is not weak, it only needs training. So if you train your memory with repetition, connection, and practice, you will see the difference in just a few weeks. Imagine remembering every new word you learn, every face you meet, and every idea you study. How much stronger would you feel? In the next chapter, we will discover how focus and attention can make this memory training even more powerful. Chapter 4. Focus and attention. Focus is like a light. When the light is weak, everything looks blurry. But when the light is strong and clear, you can see details. Your brain works in the same way. If your focus is weak, learning feels hard, and your memory does not keep information. But when your focus is sharp, you can learn faster and remember longer. Many people say they have trouble focusing. They sit down to study, but after 5 minutes, their phone, their thoughts, or their worries take their attention away. Why does this happen? Because the brain likes movement and new things. Every time your phone makes a sound, your brain says, Maybe something important is happening. So your focus breaks. But the truth is that most of the time, it is not important at all. The secret is to train your focus like a muscle. At first, it feels weak, but the more you use it, the stronger it becomes. For example, a student decided to practice focus by reading for 10 minutes every day without touching his phone. At first, 10 minutes felt very long, but after a week, 10 minutes became easy. Then he increased to 20 minutes. Slowly, his brain learned how to stay in one place and focus. Another way is to use the rule of one task. The brain does not like to do many things at the same time. If you study while listening to music, checking messages, and eating, your focus is divided. But if you give your brain one clear task, it performs much better. This is why deep work feels powerful. It is not about more hours. It is about better hours. 1 hour of deep focus can be stronger than 3 hours of distracted work. Here is something interesting. Focus and attention can also be trained by meditation or simple breathing. When you sit quietly and bring your attention back to your breath, you are telling your brain, come back, stay here. At first, your mind will run away many times, but every time you bring it back, you are training the focus muscle. After a few weeks, you will notice you can stay longer with your study, your reading, or your practice. Focus also has a secret connection with energy. If you are tired, your focus breaks easily. That is why sleep, food, and exercise are part of brain training. A tired brain is like a weak battery, but a well-rested brain can hold attention for hours. Imagine yourself sitting with a book or a lesson, and your brain feels calm, sharp, and strong. That is the gift of focus and attention. And in the next chapter, we will see how emotions control your brain power more than you think. Chapter 5: Emotions and the Brain. Your brain is not only about thinking, it is also about feeling. Emotions are like colors on a painting. They give life to everything you do. When you are happy, learning feels easy. When you are sad or worried, even simple work feels heavy. Scientists say that emotions and memory are connected. If you are excited about a lesson, you will remember it for a long time. But if you feel bored, your brain will forget it quickly. This is why some teachers use stories, jokes, or games in class. They know that emotion opens the brain. Imagine this. A student listens to a story in English and laughs at a funny part. Later, when he thinks about the story, he remembers not only the words, but also the feeling of laughter. Another student listens to a boring list of words, and after 1 hour, he forgets half of them. This is the power of emotions. But there is also a challenge. Negative emotions like fear, stress, or anger can block the brain. When you feel afraid, your brain goes into survival mode. It wants to fight or run, not to learn. That is why many students who feel nervous during exams forget answers they knew before. Their brain is blocked by emotion. The good news is that you can learn to manage your emotions. One simple way is breathing. When you take slow, deep breaths, you send a message to your brain. It is safe. You can relax. Another way is positive self-talk. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I will try, I am learning. This changes how your brain responds. Also, gratitude is a strong tool. When you think of 3 things you are thankful for every day, your brain begins to notice more positive things around you. Slowly, your mind becomes lighter and learning becomes easier. Remember, your brain is like a garden. If you water it with positive emotions, it grows flowers of knowledge. If you fill it with stress, only weeds grow. Some students think emotions are not important for study, but in truth, they are the key. Without emotion, memory is weak, and focus is short. With emotion, memory is strong, and focus is long. Think about your favorite song. You remember it because it made you feel something. The same is true for language, science, or any subject. Learning with feeling is learning that stays forever. And in the next chapter, we will learn how daily habits shape the brain more than any single lesson. Chapter 6. Habits for a strong brain. Your brain is like a muscle. If you train it every day, it becomes stronger. If you do nothing, it becomes lazy. The good news is that small habits can make a big difference. Reading a few pages every day, writing a short diary in English, solving a small puzzle, or learning 5 new words are simple things. But if you do them daily, they add up to a strong brain. Habits are powerful because they repeat without much effort. For example, if you brush your teeth every night, you do not think about it, you just do it. The same can be true for your brain. If you make learning a daily habit, you do not need motivation every time. Your brain will expect it. Scientists call this neuroplasticity. It means your brain can change and grow with practice. Imagine you are walking in the forest. If you walk the same path many times, the path becomes clear and easy to walk. The same happens in your brain. Each time you repeat an activity, your brain makes the path stronger. If you read English every day, the reading path in your brain becomes wide and smooth. If you only read once a week, the path stays small and weak. That is why habits matter more than big efforts. Even 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week. Another important habit is sleep. Many students try to learn with little sleep, but the brain needs rest to keep memories. When you sleep, your brain organizes everything you learned. Without sleep, your brain is like a messy desk full of papers with no order. With sleep, your brain is like a clean desk, ready for new work. Food and exercise are also habits that help the brain. A walk outside can give more energy than 1 more hour at the desk. Eating fruits, vegetables, and drinking enough water makes your brain sharper than junk food. And remember, your brain loves curiosity. Ask questions, explore, try new things, and your brain will grow. If you make habits that support your brain, you will not only learn faster, but also live happier. So my message for you is simple. Train your brain every day, not sometimes, not when you feel like it, but every day. And if you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me which brain habit you will start today. Together, we can grow stronger, learn more, and open new doors with the power of the brain. Now, close with encouragement. If you enjoyed this story and you want to train your brain with me every day, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click like if you learned something new today, and write in the comments, what is one small habit you will use to train your brain starting today? Remember, your brain is your best friend. Take care of it, and it will take care of you.